Good evening, Bruce Gas, boxing, jazz, and more. We're over here on the 36th anniversary of Marvin, Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard. Hard to believe. I just got a text. Let's see. I got a few people coming in the room here. Let me see if this is one of my honored guests that are joining us tonight, man. I know I got. Let's see here. Oh, George. It's my brother George. I see him in the background there, but I can't let him in here yet without the proper introduction, man. Because this goes way. This is a year in the making. My brother George is like I said before, like the prodigal son. Every time he comes around here, man, I feel so honored, so elated. And here he is, man, my old friend. Some people say this is the guy that made me go Hollywood. And here he is, man, my brother, George Jakovic. George, what's happening, brother?
It's been too long. It's been too long.
It's been too long, bro. What have you been up to, George?
Just it's a good thing. Busy work. So listen. It's definitely not because I don't want to talk to you on Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, Thursday nights. You know, I love talking to you, and I did know, like you, about today, and I was hoping to get a text from you. And I got it, and I got home in time, and here we are. Special day.
Awesome, my brother. Awesome. We'll let a few people roll in the room here. We'll talk a little bit about what you've been doing lately, man. You know, I know you know, after leaving HBO, and you know, I thought you were going to kick back and smell the flowers, and you know, just enjoy the golden years. I know you're not too far behind me. You're not the kid you look like up there. And so tell me about this new boxing endeavor you've been doing now, man. Tell us about this.
So it's a new streaming app channel called ProBox TV. They've been around for about a year, and it's literally their plan. What they are is a boxing channel. Everything they do is boxing. It's free right now. I think it's $1.99 a month if you want to see things with no ads. Twice a month there's live fights in Plant City, Florida. And the goal is they want good fighters and great fights. It's up and coming guys. Actually, it's funny because Luis Collazo is fighting on a pro box card. He's coming back again, and he fights in a couple of weeks. But there's talk shows with Chris Algieri and Paulie Malignaggi, and Roy Jones is popping in there sometimes. There's a website. It's literally all boxing. It's dedicated to boxing, and I've been working with them for a few months. You know, look, Bruce, it's boxing. So if I can work, it's not work. But if it's in boxing, then I literally just came back today from working with them.
Man, oh man, I'll tell you, bro. You know, the old saying, if you can get paid doing what you love doing, that ain't work.
Exactly. So yeah, I work on my job specifically. I come up with the content for I produce the talk shows and come up with the topics. And funny enough, but yesterday I was literally talking with Chris Algieri about the fight you and I are going to talk about. And I can talk about that later, but everybody knows this fight. If you're a boxing fan, you know this fight. I just can't believe it's 36 years.
You know what I can't believe either? People are still arguing on who won this fight. Passionately, bro. Passionately.
Well, 20 years ago, 21 years ago, when I was with HBO, we did a series called Legendary Nights. And of course, it was the top 12 fights up to that point. It was a documentary series, and Hagler Leonard was one of those fights. And it's worth going back on YouTube and watching. Excuse me. And Richard Steele, I think he ends the show with saying, every time I watch that fight, it gets closer and closer. And that's how a lot of people feel. That's how
Yeah.
a lot of people, and you're right. That is a debate. You got the Hagler fans who say he won, he was robbed. You got the Leonard fans who say he won the fight, the right person won. And it just there's always talk about it and passion about it. 36 years later.
Oh, still to this day. Let's see who came in here, man. Let's see. I see Mad Chad left the first comment. And Mad Chad says Lou Filippiano is the only judge that scored it right. And we know where Mad Chad's heart lies. Mad Chad is a died Marvin Hagler fan. And I was hoping he'd come up here tonight and score the fight with us, man. But I don't know if he's going to. JC, my brother. Shout out to JC, man. How you doing, my man? Nice to see you in here. Michael Drones. Shout out to you, brother. And RCs. Thank you for coming by, man. Appreciate you joining the channel, man. Thank you. We got TJ's in here, man. TJ the fan. This is a fave of everybody's. This is definitely an all-time favorite. And my sister, Shauna Ali, thank you so much for coming in here. Mad Chad's in the joint. Mad Chad's here. Mad Chad, I dropped you a link if you want to come in here and talk about this fight. Mad Chad's shouting out George over there, man.
Mad Chad.
You gotta watch Mad Chad. He's stick a knife in your back. You gotta be careful of Mad Chad. Mad Chad has a love for Marvin Hagler. You speak negatively on Marvin Hagler, and you know Mad Chad's gonna come get you. Freezing Boxing, man. Thank you for coming by here, man. Salute to you. Peter Von Ox, my brother. Johnny's Combat. Thank you, my brother. Kevin Knight, man. Thank you guys for coming in here, man. Appreciate it much, my bro. Peter Van Ox, the only guy on YouTube that's older than me. You've got more knowledge than me too, so I can't say too much about Peter Van Ox. Very smart dude. But let's talk about this fight, George. You know how this fight got started, don't you? Being a Sugar Ray Leonard fan, you know Sugar Ray Leonard was sitting at the John Mugabe fight with his buddy Michael J. Fox.
Right. And I think it really pissed Hagler off when Leonard retired that first time back in, was it 82? Remember when he had the big retirement and Hagler was there, or not the retirement, he had the ceremony to announce what he was going to do. And he had the announcement saying, a fight between me and this guy would be like Fort Knox, but unfortunately, it'll never happen. And that definitely, I know it pissed Hagler off, but it allowed Hagler to he pretty much became the face of boxing. He went on to defend his title. He knocked out Hearns, and that's when all the accolades came. But you're right. When Hagler fought Mugabe, Sugar Ray was at the fight, said he saw weakness, and he said he wanted to come back. And I remember that. I remember the cover of Sports Illustrated. I think it said, "Why Fight?" It had Sugar Ray Leonard on the cover. And I think it said, "Why Fight?" because people thought he was insane to come back after 3 years, roughly, and fight the best fighter in the world.
Mm-hmm. And Hagler played the Sugar Ray Leonard that Sugar Ray Leonard played in 82, 83. Hagler said, I don't know. I may retire. And he made him wait. He made him wait 6 months before that fight was finally announced.
Yep.
But
Hagler, Sugar Ray also, they became friends because I think Hagler, this is what I read. Hagler, if he thought he was ever going to fight you, you weren't his friend. He wouldn't shake hands with fighters in the ring. But at that point, Sugar Ray was retired and they became friends. And he confided in Sugar Ray saying, I'm getting older. I don't know how much longer I want to do this. So Sugar Ray had some info too. Like, maybe this guy's not really into it. Then he saw the Mugabe fight and said, I want to fight this guy. And I'm sure Hagler, I think it was probably an ego thing too. He wanted to make him wait. Like, you know what? I wanted to fight you years ago. I'm the man now in boxing. I'm going to make you wait. Now you wait. And that's what he did.
Now you wait. Exactly.
but he
then
conceded.
Sugar Ray had some crazy demands for this fight too.
You read my mind, but Hagler
George, I'm
gave
gonna give you
in to
30
a lot
seconds
of
to
them.
speak. I gotta do a little bit of my Green Dragon Tincture here. I don't smoke anymore. You notice that Toka 2 hasn't been coming up?
Yeah.
I gave it up, man. I make this stuff called Green Dragon Tincture. One of these days when I can check your ID out and you give me a little note from your wife, I'll get you a bottle of it. But until then, you're gonna have to give me 30 seconds because it has to subliminally dissolve under my tongue.
All right, I
So
can
go
talk
ahead.
for 30 seconds. So
Ah,
I know Sugar Ray, he had a lot of demands, and Hagler gave in to a lot of things. Hagler wanted more money, but Sugar Ray wanted it to be 12 rounds. He wanted a bigger ring, and Hagler gave him those things. And Leonard even said after the fight, why did he do that? He didn't have to do that. That could have been a 15-round fight. I think if it's a 50, and this is hindsight, I think if it's a 15-round fight, I don't know if Sugar Ray makes it to 15. He said he was exhausted, and you could tell he was exhausted. So Hagler had a ego. He demanded more money, and I think he didn't care about anything else. I think Hagler thought, look, I don't care if it's a 6-round fight. I don't care if it's a 50-foot ring. When I touch him, I'm going to knock him out. I think that's how Hagler felt. He was so sure he was going to beat this welterweight, and he conceded some things that probably cost him in the end. Did you absorb it? Are you good? You absorbed it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
See, my tongue is green.
Gotcha.
But it all comes in about 10 minutes. It'll hit me nicely. That wave of pleasure will come over me. I won't feel any more pain. I can even tolerate the obnoxiousness of George Jakovic in my room over here.
But Bruce, I feel that good wave when I talk to you. I don't even need that. Like as soon as I got on with you, I felt that good wave. And so I got the natural high. You got the Green Dragon.
I gotta blow my schnoz. I don't want to do it on camera. Go ahead, man. Keep greasing them wheels.
Yeah. So Hagler definitely gave it. And Johnny Combat says, let's also point out that Leonard turned down a rematch. Yeah. Actually Hagler, I think Hagler turned it down. I think at some point Leonard, I think Hagler wanted a rematch right away, and it didn't happen right away. And he eventually retired. But I think a while after that, Sugar Ray tried to get Hagler back in the ring, and they talked. But at that point, I think Hagler just said no. And you got to give Hagler credit. He retired. Like, how many fighters have retired and stayed retired? Rocky Marciano, Lennox Lewis. I mean, I'm sure there's more, but Rocky Marciano, Lennox Lewis retired and didn't come back. And Hagler, he didn't come back.
It's the exception. It's definitely not the norm.
Yeah.
And I heard from really good sources that it was getting towards tough negotiations. Hagler said to Goody and Pat Petronelli, those were his trainers from the beginning.
Yep.
He said to go in that room and make this deal. If they want to make concessions, I'll take the concessions. And it's funny because Hagler thought he was taking the concessions with the short end of the money, with the pay-per-views and the closed circuit revenues. I think Hagler settled on. Oh man, I'm sure I could look it up if I had to, but he settled for like $1 million less than Leonard. But
is that right? Are you sure?
Yeah. But let me see if I can find it in here.
But I would, while you're looking for that, I definitely would recommend, besides watching the fight, the Legendary Nights on Hagler Leonard is a really, and you're going back 20 years. That's when we did it. So it's a really good story on the making of the fight and the aftermath. And now, unfortunately, Marvin's gone. So I hope he was at peace, because you could tell that the outcome of the fight bothered him for a long time, but he seemed like he was happy in life. He was married, and every time I saw him on, at the Hall of Fame and videos, he looked happy. He looked fulfilled. So hopefully he was.
Getting back to the gate, Hagler was guaranteed $12 million plus a percentage of the revenue, and Leonard was guaranteed $11 million plus 50% of closed circuit television in the DMV area. Leonard was banking on a lot more than that. And when it came down at the end, Leonard only got $1 million in the pay-per-view. Hagler ended up walking away with $20 million. So Hagler, I heard a story from Leonard where where he bumped into Bob Arum and said, "You owe me $8 million," and that's how that story got going. But I mean, it was huge. It was the talk. It was the talk of the streets everywhere, and they had 3 million homes in the United States were wired to catch that fight. And
everyone talked about that fight. Like that was one of those fights that crosses over, and it wasn't just boxing fans. It was casual fans, sports fans, because everyone knew who Sugar Ray Leonard was, and Hagler had a huge following. So that was, and you throw in the fact that Leonard had come back from a detached retina. He came back to fight Kevin Howard, won the fight, retired again, and then 3 years later, without fighting anyone, you step into the ring with Marvin Hagler. So people thought he was crazy. They might have thought he was crazy, but they showed up for that fight, and they paid closed circuit for that fight. So as much as a lot of people criticized him, people wanted to see that fight.
Absolutely, man. And it was on a Monday night too.
I know. Remember that? They used to do it on the odd days, Mondays and Wednesdays, and now everything is Saturdays with the occasional Sunday. But yeah, on a Monday night, having this huge event. Caesar's Palace. I've always told you, Caesar's Palace, I wish I could have gone to one of those fights where they would build the stadium, the temporary stadium outside in that parking lot.
What a time to be a boxing fan. Esvix, thank you for coming by, brother. Appreciate it, man. If you're a fan of Hagler or Leonard, or just a fan of boxing in general, we're bringing back the 36th anniversary of one of the greatest fights, still controversial today. Everybody's talking about it, man. This was a fight to behold. And what I want to do, George, I want to score this fight again.
Wow. You know what? It's funny. I don't think I've ever scored it, Bruce. I've watched it many times. I don't think I ever sat down and said, "All right, I'm gonna score this for me and see who won." I've never done that.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking at the poll right now that I have out there, and I've had a dozen votes. 42% say Hagler won, 42% say Leonard won, and 17% are calling it a draw. Isn't that? I mean, that's down the middle.
Well, Bruce, I talked with literally yesterday. I talked to Chris Algieri because I knew the anniversary was today, and I said, Chris, why would Marvin Hagler not fight Sugar Ray Leonard like he fought Tommy Hearns, and why would he come out orthodox instead of southpaw? He said that when you're in a fight, and at that point, Sugar Ray, he hadn't fought in 3 years, but he could still fight. He could still crack, and he still had speed. Because really, that was Leonard's last great fight. He fought on, never looked like that again. But Algieri said it when you're in a fight. He said Hagler sensed that speed, and if you watch the fight, Hagler didn't go rushing in, which I'm still surprised he didn't fight like he did against Hagler. But Algieri thought it was because of Leonard's speed. That's why he didn't rush him. But still, I question the fact that he fought orthodox and he tried to box with a boxer. I thought it was an ego thing where he said, you know what? This is my time. I can knock Leonard out, but I'm going to show the world I can box better than him too. Then I'll knock him out when I feel like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
like I said before, we're gonna score this. But I thought the first 4 rounds of the fight, Hagler really he wasn't ready for a 12-rounder. He was ready for a 15-rounder, and he gave away a third of the fight, which was.
I thought he felt I don't like to speak for him, but it looked like he felt so confident that his mindset was, when I touch him, he's going to go. Oh. And he's a little guy. He's a welterweight, even though Sugar Ray Leonard was not a welterweight at that point.
Excuse me 1 second, bro. Hang on. I got a call here. What's up, brother? I sent it to your email.
Bruce Gas on the bat phone.
All right, let me send it one more time here. I got my buddy, 2-time heavyweight champion of the world, Tim Witherspoon, who wants to jump on with us, but he can't.
Tim.
Terrible Tim's a tech wizard like we are. Did you get it, brother?
Hold on, Davey. I can't even see where it says junk mail, Shania. Nope, I don't see this as Tim Schmitz, Davey.
Did she find it?
He's got to get his daughter to help him.
No, you're not holding me up, man. My memory is just like that. I can't remember shit anymore.
But we can remember this fight.
I sent out 3 invitations for this one. I sent out Mad Chad, I sent out George Jakovic, and I sent out the terrible Tim Witherspoon. Want me to send another one to Hotmail?
Yeah, I see the one you sent to Tim.
I'm gonna send you one right now. Another one.
This is the beauty. Live on YouTube. You never know who's going to drop in. Terrible Tim Witherspoon, 2-time heavyweight champion of the world. On Mad Chad show. I'm sorry, Bruce Gass's show.
You never know. You never know who's going to stop in.
You never know.
My mail goes to junk mail. That's how important a guy I am. Oh, you're not holding the show up, man. This is my territory here. I got a good shot to do a poke of Green Dragon while I'm kicking back over here. Hey, are you? Can you get on YouTube? You don't know how to work it. I was on a show with you last night. Yeah, because if you can get on YouTube, I can just drop a link in the chat.
Someone showed the champ.
Yeah.
How to get on StreamYard. Someone out there. Help terrible Tim Witherspoon out.
Yeah. I'm still here. Let me get on YouTube and I'll drop the link in the chat. You ain't got YouTube. Oh, okay. You got my show?
Oh boy.
Okay, are you on Bruce Gas Boxing Jazz and More show? Well, that's
Marvelous.
what you got to go.
Mad Chad.
Bruce Gas show.
What do you say, George?
What's up, Marvelous Mad?
Jesus, Sugar Ray George. Sugar George. No, hey, shout out. Someone mentioned it. For Sugar Ray, I mean, come on. After a long layoff like that, and like I say,
Yeah.
Hagler, you look at his age, yes, he wasn't an old man in reality, 32, 33.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole wear and
Yes.
tear. You pull up the dude's resume, just the war that, the wars that he went through.
Yep.
And I think, you guys mentioned Sugar Ray sitting right there ringside. Sugar Ray, not only one of the most skilled, arguably the fastest hands that ever, stepped in the ring. One of the greatest footwork. I mean, Sugar Ray had it all physically.
Yep.
But let's not forget, this man's mental to physical 4:1, and then some. This man had the IQ of a chess player from Russia.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
This guy was a fucking, not only physically a savage, but mentally.
Yep.
Knowing the sweet science, studying his opponents, knowing when to go, when not to, knowing what the crowd wants to hear. He was ringside for those years, mingling with the judges, mingling with all the people. And he was a charmer. Sugar Ray had charm. And, he had people on a string. And I'm not taking, that's what I say. It's easy to say, hey, Hagler went out, call it a draw. I thought Hagler won. I haven't never rescored it, to be quite honest. It's just, it's kind of been, it is what it is. But
it is.
Hagler
it is what it is.
They fought each other. And what a fight at the time it was, George. You know what I mean? No social media. This wasn't talking Ryan and Tank. This was where, golfers, people that are playing the golf, the Live Tour right now, this big golf tournament they got going on. They would have been talking about this fight, say if this would have happened April 6th, whatever the date is. You know what I mean? Like they got this big golf tournament coming up. They would have all been talking about this fight.
100%.
This fight transcended boxing. It was a sporting event. It was a worldwide sporting event.
Exactly. It was a huge event, period. Huge entertainment event. So Mad Chad, though, and I always talk about, yes, I was a huge Sugar Ray Leonard fan, but I've said this before. I had 2 posters on my wall as a kid. I had a Sugar Ray Leonard poster and I had a Marvelous Marvin Hagler poster because I was always a Hagler fan, but especially when Sugar retired, man, Hagler was my guy. I was going, I'm a kid arguing with other boxing fans saying Tommy Hearns is going to knock Marvin out. No, he's not. He can't beat Hagler. And I was a Hagler guy. So when they fought, I was like a lot of people. I said, Sugar Ray's going to get annihilated. He's going to get killed, and he's not having any tune-ups. He's out of his mind. Not quite out of his mind.
And, even then, you could say what you want about Hagler being at the end of it a little tired. When these two fought, they both were at the downside of, definitely was Hagler's last fight. I don't think Sugar Ray maybe had 4 or 5 fights after, and I know he lost his last 2.
He never looked like this.
He was never the same. He was never the same Sugar Ray. Yep. And I think he knew then, let's just cash out. Let's just cash out on this one. And Sugar Ray with that warrior mentality. Like, I remember when they said this fight would happen, I'm like, at the time, Hagler's going to pound him. I go, Hagler's going to fucking put an end to this Sugar Ray. Just this is a mismatch. He's barking up the wrong tree. And my God, was I so wrong come the 8th, 9th round. I remember going, wow. Even though I thought Hagler won the fight where he's the champion, the aggressor, I get it. Sugar Ray was fighting negative a lot of that fight. And just as me as a Hagler fan, I'm scoring those rounds at the time. I didn't have a pen and paper scoring them. I was just cheering, but I remember feeling it myself in the 8th, 9th round. Like, Sugar Ray ain't getting knocked the fuck out here, because he kind of stole a lot of those rounds with the crowd, with the flurries at the end, and the Sugar Ray, the showboating, he knew how to play a crowd, play the judges. He was a fucking genius. He was a sweet scientist genius. Like I say, I'm a Hagler nut, but believe me, I have Sugar Ray on my Mount Rushmore, to be quite honest. Absolutely. At times. He's one of the greatest boxers I've ever seen in my 53 years of life, and you can't discredit if either one of them would have won or lost. Sugar Ray got the win. You couldn't discredit either one of them in that, but I feel like Hagler was I felt he won the fight. But
But
hey, how you doing,
remember-
Bruce? How we doing, Bruce?
Chad,
Gas.
Chad, my brother, thank you for coming
This
by,
is
man.
counseling. Thank you for the counseling session. Thank you for the counseling session. I needed this, just to talk about the counseling of it all, because it still stinks to this day. Because I just felt so bad for Hagler. I felt like the pretty boy beat the guy, the blue collar kid. You know what I mean? I felt like the kid that goes sailing beat the kid up from the where I live.
But you know what, Chad?
Just like.
Do you remember? Because I've got it in my boxing scrapbooks, and I know you guys remember. A lot of people were worried about the sport of boxing because people were saying Marvin Hagler is going to blind Sugar Ray Leonard. He's going to hurt him bad, and it's going to hurt the sport of boxing, because there were a lot of people felt he shouldn't be fighting again, because back then detached retinas are still serious, but especially back then it wasn't as commonplace as it is now. Some people were saying this could ruin boxing. When Sugar Ray Leonard is blind come April 7th, this is going to ruin boxing. Like, there was a lot of people who felt like that. So there was people who couldn't wait to see the fight. Then there were people that were saying
everybody was seeing the fight. No one cared about his eye at that time. I know there was some squabbling at the time. I get it, George, but still
there was a lot of people in the media who cared about his sight.
But at the
Hey guys, we got another special guest. We got another special guest with us.
He's got his ring light. He's got his light for this. He's all prepared.
Honorable Tim Witherspoon, two-time heavyweight champ. He's having some problems with the technical aspect of it, but you're on the air. You're on live with us, brother. Did he freeze?
He froze.
He's froze up. He's froze up, I would say, Bruce. I heard a lot of squabbling there with the StreamYard, and I think Terrible Tim is froze up. He's froze.
You'll have to come back. You'll have to go out and come back in again, Tim.
Now, from what I remember watching Tim with you guys, sometimes he's got that bad Wi-Fi. Here we come. Here we go.
He'll get back in again. Well, I had to do a little bit of my technical expertise back there, but Tim's going to be back in. Some other cats came in here when I was gone, man. I see Detroit, BC. I see my brother Q the God up there. Shout out to Q, man. AJ64 is in the building. Kevin Knight, I'm sorry. Skywalker, my main man. John McSmith is in here. We got Jeff Lucietta, my man. Thank you, Jeff. Thanks for coming by. And we're waiting for Tim to jump back on again. He got in a second ago. Let's see if he can come back on again. But here we go. He's back again. Let's get him on the stream. See if he's talking. Timmy!
What?
Hey! Salute, my brother.
Yeah, something happened.
Something happened. You made it to the show, bro.
Something good happened. You're here.
I got to get the light right. Okay.
All right, man. Hey, we got the four amigos over here. I'm very, very pleased. Hey, Tim, we're talking about Marvin Hagler. I got Mad Chad, the biggest Marvin Hagler fan you're ever gonna meet.
I know.
You know, so
there he is. There's Terrible Tim. There's the champ. There's the champ.
How you
Gotta
feel?
rescore the fight. I'm feeling good? All right now. How you doing, Tim? How you doing?
Good. I've been working out every day. My weight is down in the 30s. I weighed 41 after the day, but I was like 238. I was proud of myself.
You on the snack? You get on that snack, that Victor Conte snack juice. All these fighters are taking this snack for nutrition, and it's really helping these fighters cut weight, I believe. Like Devin Haney's a snack fighter.
You don't need none of that.
Crawford.
I take something called the Body Healer, and it just it don't cut your appetite, but it gives you it makes you feel better, cleans your body.
That's the one your grandmother gave you, isn't it?
No, my mom.
Your mom gave it to you.
My
the
mom
body
had
healer.
COPD. She stopped coughing. My brother had the gout. The gout went away.
Listen to this.
The doctor took me off of high blood pressure medicine, and I took it off. I took it off my photos because I don't want to be promoting it because people get hurt when So I said, let me play it safe.
Right.
No, my brother Anthony had the gout, the one that was 8-0 with 8 knockouts before he lost. He had the gout and it went away. And And
I got to talk to you about that supplement. I want to get that.
My mouth was sore when I bite down, and I had a pain here. Then when I started taking it, it went away. So I just kept on taking it. But then I told a couple other people on the internet, and I said, you know what? I'm going to take that off of there.
Yeah, it's probably smart.
Yeah, my mom had COPD. She got it, but she don't cough.
Wow.
But she still has.
Yeah. What's that called? What's that called one more time?
Let me show you real quick.
All right. Because he told me about this a few months ago, and it just slipped my mind. But now that we're mentioning Victor Conte with Snack, this is the only supplement Tim takes, and he swears by it. His mother, his brother, his father, everybody's taking it, and it cures. It's like a snake oil. Check this stuff out. It almost looks like the Green Dragon.
It's called I wish I can get some more light on this. It's called. It might be too much.
John McSmith has got the gout on there, bro. We're gonna have to get a bottle for John McSmith.
Hold up. What can you? This I ain't getting the right thing here. Okay, let's see if this will work. All right, so this is Formula C. I think
you need a full screen for that.
This is Formula C.
Dr. Johnson's Formula C.
Let me
Dr. Johnson's Formula C.
Yeah, see that?
I see.
Okay, let me get the other one.
Just all you guys gotta do is Google that Dr. Johnson's Formula, Dr. Johnson's Body Health and Formula C.
Dr. Johnson's Body Healer.
Yep, Body Healer. I'm sorry, Body Healer. You're right. God hurts. I was talking to our brother Leon Mohammed. Yep, there it is, man. There it is.
So like I said, that pain I had right here went away, and my mouth got healed. I feel a whole lot better. Like I said, my brother, the gout went away. He brought me 2 bottles because of that. And now I got another brother that's just got on it. You know, like I said, my mom had the COPD, and she don't cough. She still has COPD, whatever it is, but she don't cough at all. And it's good stuff. So I took it off the thing. I had it on my Facebook thing, and I said, "Nah, let me take this off, cause I'm a witness. It helps. It helped me."
Oh, I was talking to your brother Leon the other day, and he had gout so bad he couldn't talk anymore. He had to go lay down. He had to end the conversation.
I was supposed to get him some. Right. He needed to start taking it.
Well, it's going to be out there. Hey, Tim, who won? Who won the fight? Sugar Ray Leonard or Marvin Hagler?
I saw the fight.
Were you at the fight?
No, I wasn't at it. But
well, you're at almost all the fights we talk about down the Philly way. This was in Vegas, but you're all over the place.
I remember the fight. It was a close fight. Sugar Ray put them points together. Marvin was putting that stuff near the end. Marvin was putting the pressure on him. And Sugar Ray Sugar Ray boxed really good that fight, but Marvin was trouble for him. So you're not going to get me to say
no, man.
Sugar Ray.
I mean, Mad Chad's a bad dude, but you don't have to be afraid of Mad Chad. I'll make sure he doesn't take a ride down to Philadelphia. You can speak your mind. You can speak your mind over here.
Hey, he might get in the car right now.
You didn't introduce me. What's your name again? I'm sorry.
George.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, you right here once. That's George Jakovic. George used to work at HBO. George probably knows more about you, Tim, than I do.
Okay, here we go. We got Sugar Ray.
Sugar Ray Leonard was 30 years old. Marvin Hagler is 32 years old. So anybody who says that Marvin Hagler was washed up and over the hill, take a look at the age of some of the.
I had a chance to be both of their friends. I had a chance to be both of their friends too. They're good guys.
What was Hagler like in person?
Hagler was 32, wasn't he?
32. In fact, they're both born in May, so less than a month later, they both became 31 and 33 respectively.
They both were cool.
Shout out to Teddy out
and
there,
Leonard
bro.
had slowed down at this point.
Exactly. Leonard's coming back after 3 years. Leonard hadn't been in the boxing ring for over 3 years. So I mean, take that into consideration. That's like an Ali exile. That's like a Mike Tyson being in jail. That's people don't really mention that. He's coming back after 3 years. Marvin Hagler coming back after a war with John Mugabe. John Mugabe was actually outboxing Marvin Hagler. Unheard of, right?
And Hagler had a year off because that fight was a year before this one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So I mean, talk about marinating. This fight definitely had the marination. And plus, these guys were going jaw to jaw since 1983, I believe. That's when they wanted to first make this fight. And Hagler blew him. I'm sorry, Sugar Ray Leonard retired, and Hagler was devastated by that. And Hagler hadn't tasted
Bruce,
defeat.
I think you're breaking up real bad. Can everybody hear Bruce, or is it just me hearing him break up?
I can hear him.
Hey, my brother Focus Ball, how you doing, man? You're more than welcome over here. We're here to see a great fight, and thank you for coming by, bro.
The Petronellis and Angelo Dundee. Seeing those guys.
I don't block over here, baby.
Angelo
Dundee. We got a beautiful moon I'm looking at too, man. Half of an orange moon right out my window. And here we go, man. The first one.
Marvin Hagler not fighting southpaw. Call
this one, George. Nope. Hagler coming out in the.
Hagler came out orthodox, and Sugar Ray said after the fight, he saw that and he was just licking his chops. He said, "Why would he do this?" And it turned out to be a big mistake.
You're not supposed to slap at those punches. Marvin was slapping at some. Don't look like his defense when he switched that way. It's a little awkward for him. Because he's usually being the other way, but he left-handed. No, he's right-handed.
He's right-handed.
He came out right-handed for some reason. I guess he thought it was going to throw Leonard off, but it didn't.
Not at all. Not at all.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even realize that. Okay.
Yeah, and in fact, I think there was actually an agreement that Marvin Hagler could not switch stances in the middle of a combination. But that was one of those weird.
That was a nice left hook that he hit Hagler with.
Yeah, that combination left hook, right hand. That looked pretty good, right? Yeah, I was with Sugar from time to time, like when I was fighting in Vegas. He's really cool, and Marvin was too. It's a good matchup. Marvin is pretty strong and constantly coming.
Constantly.
Sugar Ray is using finesse. Real sharp.
It's been a couple years since I've seen the fight, but from what I remember, the first few rounds were pretty easy to score. Like this round, Hagler's really not doing anything.
I get the same thing, yeah. He really just moving around, feeling things out. Like overconfident about winning the fight. In a way.
Yep.
He just, he's coming. He's the middleweight. He's the tough. How much was the weight? It was 65?
No, 160.
160.
160. They both weighed 159. It was a middleweight title fight.
Yeah, Hagler had no problem making 160 throughout his career. And he was even offered money to go up and fight Michael Spinks. And he said, "No, I'm a middleweight. I'm the middleweight champion of the world." I think we might have a full moon tonight. It was half a little while ago. Yeah, we got a full moon. No wonder we feel crazy over here. Big old yellow moon out there.
Sugar Ray got in good shape. Now he want to show his skills. He want to show his skills against Marvin. Marvin just slow walking him, waiting for the right. The bell rung.
They're definitely around for Sugar Ray Leonard in my books.
Tim, were you surprised that Hagler didn't fight Leonard in the beginning the way he fought Hearns and just took the fight to him, especially since Sugar hadn't fought in 3 years?
I think that Marvin Hagler knew that Sugar Ray is a good boxer when he came out. Tommy Hearns just came out trying to bang. So when Marvin Hagler when the bell rung, he knew that Sugar Ray was going to box him, not stand there and bang him straight like Tommy was going to come. So Tommy his fight was kind of like from the very beginning, a war, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so Sugar Ray was just using his head a little bit more. Tommy just come out and banging. So if I answered your question, kind of cool. I think that, Marvin came out with Tommy Hearns. Yeah, which bang, bang. Tommy Hearns wasn't scared, but Sugar Ray's using his brains.
Mm-hmm.
And he's moving around.
Using his IQ, his distance. This is almost like Plant Benavidez first round. You give it to Plant. Sugar Ray didn't really do that much either. But I think Hagler's thinking he's just going to chase him down and he's going to run out of gas. And, championship rounds, Hagler's going to cut him down. And it never happened because Leonard's heart is just immense. And like people say, 15-round fights. I think the Mugabe fight was 12 rounds. I think the Tommy Hitman Hearns fight was 12 rounds. So I hate hearing that 15-round narrative because, the two prior fights that Hagler fought were both 12-round fights.
But this could have been a 15-round fight.
It could have been, but I'm just saying, going on his last two fights, they were both 12. Why weren't they 15? I'm just saying that's just could have been, would have been.
I think it changed. After a certain point, if you didn't, they changed it. You can't fight 15 no more. They got together and changed it. Is that what you're talking about, right?
No, I'm saying this fight that some people say it could have been a 15-round fight.
Okay,
and a lot of people say if it was, Hagler would have stopped him.
Okay.
You see Hagler still right-handed. Still won't turn southpaw. And I don't know if he was
a little bit of an echo.
Whoa, that's something.
I don't know if that's just being stubborn.
Or he just trying to not belittle so Sugar Ray, he fighting them southpaw. Orthodox. And usually come out. So Sugar Ray was training to fight southpaw, but now he's fighting somebody that's regulars. But he adjusted. He adjusted really well. You know what I mean? Marvin Johnson coming out southpaw. He thinking so he fighting southpaw. But you know what? Marvin don't fight like a typical southpaw either. He's that way. But most southpaws fight and move to the right. He just fight coming straight at you. When he turns southpaw, you'll see he don't fight like a typical southpaw.
Right.
He's a right-handed turn southpaw.
Now, do you think Hagler should have engaged Leonard more in these early rounds though? Because like you said,
he was moving. He was
hard
moving.
to engage somebody that's moving.
Yeah, Sugar Ray is trying to be real intelligent with his movement and move and look good. Hit, bang, bang, then move. And when Marvin get a little tired and frustrated, put a little bit more pressure on him. If he find that Marvin is getting frustrated, that's when I think he would probably start firing if he got Marvin frustrated.
Hagler fought too nice.
I think so.
Agree.
I think Hagler should have done. He should have went animal on him. He should have pulled a Thomas Hearns. Went for broke in that first round. See
But
if
the
Leonard,
Hearns was there to do with it, though. Sugar Ray wasn't going to go toe-to-toe, Bruce. Sugar ain't going to go toe-to-toe with him like Tommy did.
You can't catch him.
You can't catch him. You can't hit something that's moving. Sugar Ray.
when you land a stunning punch in the mouth, I think it throws everybody's plans off. I think Sugar Ray would get into a slugfest if he had to.
But a good boxer will bounce back. It'll throw the plan off a little bit, and he'll go back to that plan. But the average guy, you saying, won't, right? The average guy won't get back on the plan.
Neither one of these guys are the average guy. And there we go. That was the second round, man. That was another round for Leonard in my books.
160. Wow.
Guess who decided to come out of southpaw?
I say 1-1. Fucking chasing him around.
That's because you're a Hagler fan. I get it. I get it.
That one guy. How you doing, Bones? Thank you for coming by, bro. Enjoying some weed the way I do it now and enjoying a fantastic fight that happened 36 years ago.
Still orthodox.
Yeah, still orthodox. And he's not doing any of the switching that he does
southpaw
either.
Now. He's southpaw.
Oh, Tim, somebody's calling you up. Tell Shania to answer that phone.
I ain't answering it yet.
Oh, no, here's something. Fuck, I don't know what the fuck he's doing. I can't fucking see.
I'm not answering it yet. So Sugar just planning this thing. He know he got to be careful. He knows that.
I think what surprised me is that, yeah, Sugar was moving a lot early, but you'll see there's points in the fight. He got tired and he couldn't move like this. And Hagler, that's the point where everyone thought Hagler was going to take him out, and he didn't do it. He didn't do it because Sugar doesn't keep this movement going for 12 rounds. He couldn't.
Right.
I think his plan was, if you do slow down, he had a plan with to do grab, hold, punch, whatever, defense, then fire back. He's real good at that. So I know that's what helped them survive, because when you get deep in them rounds and there's a lot of controversy when you're in the ring swinging back and forth, and he knew how to adjust. He trained real good. He knew Marvin was going to come at him. So he was going to be ready. He just step in there, grabbing, trying to fight.
He studied him so much.
He's trying to fight an intelligent fight, not one like Tommy Hearns did.
Yep. And Hagler slowed down too, fellas. Hagler slowed down.
He's just taking shots, pot shots.
You're a champ, Tim. So let me ask you, when fighters are in there, and I guess I'm questioning why Hagler didn't come out and just go like he did against Hearns. Did Marvin feel some of that power? Do you think he might have respected Ray and realized that he's got more power and speed than I thought he had, so I can't just go in there reckless? Do you think he sensed that?
No, Ray, to me, is a better boxer. Tommy Hearns is vicious. He comes right at you, bang you, straight jab, jab you, right hand behind it, and won't back up. Sugar Ray, to me, Sugar Ray is a boxer. And Marvin Hagler, you can see right there, he can't do really what he wants with this moving. This guy is a good boxer, Olympic guy, champion. He can't do this what he did to Tommy Hearns, because they're two different styles. So he had to respect it. Oh, I got in there. I'm gonna go just walk right straight.
Harold let him
before that. Maybe he knew before that. Hey, I'm gonna have to feel him out first, because Sugar Ray can box. Somebody was saying something.
Yeah, no, I gave Marvin Hagler that last round. I thought he was more aggressive. I thought Leonard was doing more running than actually fighting in that round. So that's 2-1 on my scorecard.
You got to count his times that he touched Marvin in point spots where you get points too. Marvin was on him. Go ahead. All right, let's see.
No, Bruce, Danger's last comment there, because Danger down in your chat, shout out to Danger, everybody in the chat. Shout out a little low blow from Leonard, but shout out to Terrible Tim and John. We got the HBO, we got the champ, Terrible Tim Witherspoon, the champ Tim. Shout out to you, man. Such a great human being, and what a warrior, Bruce. Honestly,
happy to be here.
Shout out to champ. What a beautiful family Tim's got. I mean,
I am blessed. I have Mad Chad. I have Tim Witherspoon. I have George Jakovic, bro. I'm in heaven right now, man. I got one of the highlight fights of my lifetime, and when I'm watching it with three classic boxing minds over here, and man, it doesn't get any better than this for me, bro. I'm telling you.
Let me say something. You notice that Marvin Hagler is not fighting Sugar Ray like a typical left-hander. If you look at his movement, he's not fighting like a southpaw. He's fighting like a right hand that turns southpaw. If you get a southpaw with his right hand leap forward, you can see that Marvin is fighting like a right hand, but in a southpaw position. If you understand what I'm saying, he got that right hand is up front, but look, a southpaw usually don't come like he come. He steps to the left more. Wait a minute. Okay, this way. He would step away. He would step to the right, away from Sugar Ray's right hand. So
I hear you, Tim. I see it.
He's standing right in front
I see it, Tim.
Huh?
We see it now, bro. It's great to have a boxing mind like yours to tell us about this, because now we're
the greatest of all times. But
well, yeah, I'll tell you, for around here, bro, you're the big dog.
But he don't look like he's fighting like a typical southpaw, even though he's in that position. To me,
You think he looks like he's getting ready to change, to switch from right hand to left hand?
Well, I don't know. If he's smart, he would leave that lead feet would be like on the floor, and then he would just spin in one position. I know how to do that. See his lead foot, just keep it on the ground, and then kick his back foot around so he can spin on his lead feet. If you understand what I'm saying, you spin on that lead, the ball of it. Make sure the ball of that feet is on the canvas when you spin. If you understand what I'm saying, on the ground, and then your back will fall right in position for you to throw punches. So the spin on the lead foot, spin this way, spin that way.
The nice body shot by Leonard. The bolo punch. And I think that pisses Hagler off too when he does that and gets away with it. You can see Hagler's going to get more aggressive now.
Sugar Ray is antagonizing him. See?
He is.
And then
no combination. Those are the ones that steal around.
He's smiling. He's just walking around. Like Hagler would do the lunge punch. Hagler ain't even lunge punching here. Hagler he honestly just walking around. He ain't even aggressively chasing him. 9 seconds to go. Let him go, Hagler. Land, you just following him. Exactly, George. He was slowed down. Sugar seen this. Those 2 years he sat ringside and watched him fight. He said, "I'm ready to get him." He ain't the same beast.
Like Sugar. Tommy tall. He can't move like Sugar, and that's what caused Marvin Hagler, just my opinion, to perform like he was performing, trying to get Sugar Ray. But Tommy was a little easier for his style.
Yeah. And the hands of time caught up with Hagler, I think. The wear on the Tigers, I think the thread with the...
He hit him in the Wooskies.
Yeah, hit him there a lot this fight.
Oh! Borderline.
That's a low blow. That's a low blow. He did it a lot of times. I think that's his 4th one.
He didn't even get a warning. Didn't even get warned yet.
Sugar Ray had them all in their pocket. That one judge had it 118, 110.
Jojo Guerra, yeah.
Jojo had it 118, 110. He should be executed.
I think Hagler, though, in the Mugabe fight, you're right, Matt, Chad. Father Time was getting to him because in the Mugabe fight, I remember Al Bernstein, they called that fight, and you could see Hagler was starting to loop his left. He was starting to loop his shots, whereas he would loop his shots sometimes, but he could throw a straight left. And he started to loop his shots, and he struggled with Mugabe. And I think he definitely was not the fighter here that he was in 1985 when he fought Tommy.
Wholeheartedly agree, George. Honestly, and I'm not taking nothing away from the win, but I think both these fighters weren't at their peak. It's a great fight and all, but
2 years before, I don't think. 2 years
and
before, Leonard doesn't win this fight.
Sugar Ray knew it. And Hagler never fought again because I think he knew it too deep down in his heart. I think Hagler knew it. He just said, I just don't have it. I think he's like, at the end of the fight, I didn't knock him out. I got to get out of this sport because I know, and everybody knew. Like I'm saying, I don't know. Hagler was past it, and he never fought again. And rest in peace, Marvelous Marvin, my personal favorite fighter. What a fight here! They two of the greatest fighters, both on my Mount Rushmore of fighters here.
Hagler went. He did a 360. He tried to take his head off.
There it is. Yep. And he wasn't there to get hit.
But
Sugar Ray had a wicked game for him.
Because he's right-handed, he looks kind of awkward throwing the way he's throwing his punches, Marvin Hagler. See? He's right-handed. Oh, now he switched back to right.
And now he switched right back to southpaw, which he could do so easy. He could switch back and forth
effortlessly. Leonard just landed a nice right hand at the break there too. I mean, nice left hook rather.
Yeah, you in good shape. You can perform like this. Relax. Get off your punches.
Hagler wants to slug it out, and Ray Leonard is not getting off his. Oh, no, beautiful!
That was a nice uppercut by Hagler.
Hagler wants war. That's what he trained for, and Leonard's not giving it to him.
But I think these are the moments where I think Hagler thought when these moments come, this is when I'm going to knock Sugar Ray Leonard out. And it didn't happen. And I think this shocked a lot of people because in the 5th round, Sugar was wearing down. Hagler was starting to touch him, but he couldn't get him out of there. And I think it surprised Hagler that he couldn't get him out of there.
That was a close round right there.
I think that was perfectly said.
Who won that round?
Probably, but Hagler probably thought it would be much easier to get Sugar Ray, and then when you realize that
was an even round,
he had to change his plans. He had to change his plan and really get serious.
Right.
Instead of going right-handed. He's a real good guy, though. I met him before. Everybody loves him. But Sugar Ray was in really good shape. Oh, yeah, you see the uppercut. Okay.
Nice. Yeah, Marvin Hagler Leonard did not want to get inside with Hagler. He pushes away. He's get me out of here. That's not his
Sugar
wheelhouse.
Ray was strong. He was in wicked shape because you can see him in there when he clenches Hagler. He's strong to do that. Sugar is in phenomenal shape right here.
And
that's that middleweight too.
Well, Hagler been fighting awkward from the very beginning. If you notice, if you can see the difference in some southpaws, Marvin Hagler doesn't. He comes in, and the way his movement is not like a southpaw. If he comes in, just watch the way he throws his punches and the way he balances himself. Now, typical southpaw is a lot different. They step a certain way. So you could tell he either right-handed or something like this. Because he's not fighting like a typical south. Okay, he switches back and forth. So when he's southpaw, he still doesn't really perform like. Do you know how the real southpaws look and throw their combinations? It don't seem like he does that. Look, he leaps like that. So
right,
get that punch, that hard one like that. But then he doesn't really fight like the southpaw, typical southpaws fight. Now he got
shout out to my brother Real Rap out there. Peace, my man. We got an all-star panel here. I'm honored to have George Jakovic, Mad Chad, and Terrible Tim Witherspoon.
With that right here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Leonard is definitely
you see that?
Angelo Dundee is coaching Leonard at ringside, and he's telling him was Dundee in Leonard's corner for this fight?
He was.
Because Angelo Dundee, that's his strategy. Score those points and press those judges when you can, when the round is coming to a close.
Hagler missed a lot of shots.
Yeah,
even the jabs he's missing.
Oh, I remember that time when Sugar Ray matched his punches.
Oh, that's later in the fight.
Yeah, like that. He did fight Sugar for the good. Now, you'll see it all during the fight. He'll just relax, then bing, 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 bing. And that's how he won the crowd, too.
Lightning fast combinations. Leonard still got that incredible hand speed.
And there is one point where Hagler come in and really take over, too. I seen that a couple. I remember this fight, yeah. He come in and put the pressure on Sugar, but then Sugar bounced right back the next round.
Yeah, I didn't expect Sugar Ray Leonard to be able to endure the pressure that Hagler gave him. Everybody thought Leonard was going to wilt. He hung in there.
So, Tim, at this point, Sugar, he's not moving like he did earlier. Is Hagler cutting the ring off at all, or is he just following him?
I think he was doing a little bit of both.
Oh.
He wasn't doing a little bit. I wasn't really paying attention, but it looked like he's following him. Then he cuts him off. It's all that war for him, I think.
How hard is it to cut the ring off? Because you had to do that to a lot of guys. Is it easier said than done when you're in the ring to actually cut the ring off?
If you know how to do it, you just step here, when your spaces, just keep stepping, step over. Don't follow him. Don't follow right behind his path. Step over and cut him off.
But it seems like a lot of fighters, maybe today, do they not know how to cut off the ring? Because not every fight, but a lot of fights I see, it's just following. It's following, and it's not cutting off the ring.
I have seen that. Yeah, they don't cut off a lot today. I see them cutting them off sometimes, but you're right. I don't see that much. They be following each other. I'm gonna have to pay more attention to that.
What do you think the Petronellis are telling Marvin Hagler?
Let your fucking hands go, kid. What the fuck you doing in here?
They were very calm, though. I remember because this fight was HBO. They were very calm in the corner. They were calm always, which was a good thing. Maybe they should have been a little more passionate in the corner for this fight. But, you know, the Petronellis were just always calm. They never got flustered.
Looked like they told Marvin to get on the move because you're putting pressure on Sugar. Or Sugar, like he's a boxer, he knows how to get out of the way of those punches. He's just trying to drill that right hand, and come back with the left hook. So right now he's just trying to do that. Look.
Yeah, Hagler is definitely taking control in this round. He's definitely this is what he should have been doing the past 5 rounds, 6 rounds. Nice punches he's landing too.
He's so frustrated. You could just feel the frustration.
Sugar could still make a
He's
miss.
not the same. He's missing by a ton. When you miss like that, when you load up and throw a big punch, Tim, like when you load up and throw that big one and miss, that's taxing. Like that's stepping on your gas, revving up the engine and missing. Is that true, Tim? When you throw a big punch and miss, it's taxing on your stamina.
If you're in good shape, it shouldn't bother you. If you're in good shape and you throw a punch and miss, I know I was like not in the best of shape, and yeah, that it takes, when you do a couple of them, you get tired, early in my career. But if you're in good shape, that one punch you miss is not going to affect you if you're in good shape. Use that hammer, hit the heavy bags, and mainly use that hammer to get your win right. Yeah, so.
But to have it happen over and over again.
Huh?
To have it happen over and over again, like you could see Hagler's missed a few of these big shots. He's trying to, take Leonard's head off with a couple of these shots, and he's missing by a fucking foot.
Oh,
I don't know why I'm watching this. I'm going to have a bad night now, Bruce. Thanks a lot, Bruce, bringing this fight up. Let's open up an old wound.
Sugar trying to throw that left hook dip viciously at the champ.
Well, we're watching Hagler beat him up a little bit now. He's definitely
This might have been Hagler's best round.
Now, I know we don't have audio. We can't hear the fight, but remember, Sugar had Ollie Dunlap in the corner yelling out 30 seconds every round.
Okay.
So Sugar knew when to turn it up. So, he, they said he stole rounds. He had a guy, and you can hear it when you watch the fight. And you can hear 30 seconds, and Sugar would usually turn it up that last 30. But this round, this is a good Hagler round.
Good point on that, George. Good point, George. Good point on that, George. I remember that. The guy screaming it. Great point.
Mm-hmm.
See, look at
that was no doubt about
that.
The
game plan was phenomenal.
That was for Sugar Ray.
The crowd was so into this fight. They were like,
that's a Hagler round. Hagler round.
That was a hard round for Sugar.
Round.
Sugar was coming. I mean, Marvin was coming at him.
And this is the point. Most people thought Hagler turned it up, and once he turns it up, Sugar's not going to come back. I think this is the point where people were expecting that Hagler was going to steamroll him. That Sugar put up a good fight. Like he's got heart, but at now Hagler, this is where he takes over fights.
Yeah,
that's I think what a lot of people thought was going to happen.
Yep, absolutely, George.
That's Richard Steele out there.
Sure is.
Look at Sugar Ray Leonard, though, the heart of a champion.
Absolutely, the man who stopped the Mildred Taylor Chavez fight. Now look at Hagler has got Ray Leonard on the back foot now. Ray Leonard knows he's in a fight. What are they stopping this for? Tape on the glove?
Tape, yeah.
Probably give him a rest.
A little Angelo Dundee trick, Tim, isn't that?
Yeah. Eddie Aliano was the best, though.
Eddie the Clot Aliano.
Yeah, he was the best. That man was something. I told you about the time I got hit. I think was it Frank Bruno, I think, or that Helms. I was, they thought I got hit really hard, and I did. And he had the stuff in his hand. He squeezed it and then threw it down because you can get in trouble. So when he came to put grease on my forehead, I smelled the smelling salt and it woke me up. I think it was when I put Larry home. Yeah, Eddie is sharp. Eddie had the stuff in his hand. He
Tricks of the
squeezed it,
trade.
broke it, then he threw it away, and the smell was in his hand. So
Wow.
he had the grease. He had the grease on his thing, and he said, "Tim, don't make no, he said, Tim, don't make no movement. And then he went like this, put the grease on, and it woke me up. And that's something. He had it on here.
That fucking smelling salt.
Yeah, he had it on here.
Salt.
He had it on. He broke it, and then he threw it away, and then he went like this.
Tom Brady in the NFL, that dude was huffing shit on the sideline. Like it's something that you just smell it, like a smelling salt. I remember at the Portland Boys Club, they would crack it open if you got hit real hard boxing. They'd give you smelling salt like a 9-year-old kid. What the fuck is that?
Oh, that's too young. All right, so did y'all?
Let's go, Hagler.
We was
Sugar Ray Leonard was cheating this fight. You could see Sugar Ray Leonard was cheating. He's on some sort of steroid here. I mean, how does he have this? He's still running around.
Wow, this is a really good fight, though. Guys, Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray. This was a really, I enjoyed this fight.
36 years ago, Tim.
Hagler is so frustrated. You can tell. He's chasing Ray Leonard around. He's been chasing him around for better part of 8 rounds now.
He said, why did I agree to the size of this ring? Why?
Oh, great. It made it bigger, right?
What, 20-foot ring?
Yeah. Ray had a football field.
Marvin wanted more money, and Marvin gave a lot of things up to get more money. I don't think Marvin thought it was going to make a difference. Cheated. I really don't. I think Marvin thought, I'm a middleweight. I'm the champ. This is my time. I'm going to knock this welterweight out. I really think he was just so confident that he didn't care how big the ring was.
He's a bitch. He's a bitch fat. He's faster than Marvin. He's faster than Marvin. Here, Shania.
Yeah.
And a big fuck you to Dave Moretti. Big fuck you to Dave Moretti and JoJo. 2 fucking retarded judges that sat ringside and didn't know what the fuck they were watching. Stand in one spot, Sugar Ray. Please, let's hop in a phone booth. Stop moving. Hagler just hit him right in the nuts.
Put these
so the 9th round coming up, if I remember right, was one of the best rounds of the fight. I think they threw more round. I think in the 9th round coming up, they threw more punches than in the first round of Hagler Hearns.
I remember that. Yeah, that's what I was waiting for that round to come when they both was doing
5-3 Leonard. I have it 5-3 Leonard. Realistically, right now,
I have it 4-3-1 even.
This is one of the best rounds of the fight. And Tim, I know the point you're talking about where Leonard was on the ropes and he flurried. I remember Tommy Hearns was in the crowd and everybody got up and Tommy got up too when Leonard fired off that flurry and had the whole crowd going crazy.
He did it a couple of times, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
I remember Tommy Hearns being in the crowd and was one of the first guys to stand up. What a fight! What a
Bruce,
fight.
Bruce, can you hit pause real quick? Bruce, Is that hard to do?
Not at all.
No. Real quick, I just want to thank you, Bruce Gass, honestly, for your friendship and for your love of boxing. Honestly, long day at work. Got a lot going on personally, and having Tim and George and yourself, Bruce. You know what I mean? Like, and the people in your chat, you got brilliant boxing people that really, truly, genuinely love this sport, the greatest sport on earth. And we're all sitting back watching a monumental event of my lifetime, and thanks, Bruce, for bringing this on and having your channel, your old lady, your old dog. You know what I mean? Everything about you, Bruce, man. You are the man. Like hanging out with Tim, honestly. I got to meet Tim because of you, and I got to hang out with George, you know what I mean? And
hallelujah, man.
It's really an honor. The boxing world is real. It's alive and kicking. And, on this day, how many years ago, Bruce, on this day?
36 years ago.
That's all I wanted to say, Bruce. You know, hit the like button for Bruce. You know what I mean? Subscribe to his channel. This is a real OG that loves the sport of boxing. Him and, Tim Witherspoon, their brothers, and George Jakovich, a nephew. We're all just family here. And
Look,
Bruce,
you're
thanks
right.
a lot, Bruce. Guy.
Yeah, but that George Jakovich made me go Hollywood though. I gotta do something about this guy.
No, listen. When you have Tim Witherspoon, terrible Tim Witherspoon, former 2-time heavyweight champion of the world, drop into your show, you're serious.
Thank you.
You have a serious show when you have Tim Witherspoon on.
With no light.
Tim invited me to go on his show last night. We talked about Anthony Joshua. We talked about Jermaine Franklin. George, you went dead on me over here.
Did I?
Yeah. Oh, no, you didn't.
Oh man, let me tell you, I would have loved to see Tim Witherspoon and Anthony Joshua fight. Tim Witherspoon would knock Anthony Joshua out.
66.
Out. You do it. You might do it now. In your prime, you're knocking Anthony Joshua out.
If I was in shape.
It could have been some of your even look when you fought Tony Tubbs. You weren't in great shape. You're still going to knock Anthony Joshua out.
Tim Witherspoon. If Fury was boxing today, Tyson Fury would be ducking you. Tim Witherspoon, Tyson Fury would duck you so bad you would knock that big fraud right out. He would be ducking you worse than he's ducking Usyk.
Yeah, them days, a lot of things were.
Yeah, I know you like Fury. Tim likes Fury. That's why me and Tim almost got in a fight down there because he said, "Oh, Fury's all right, Mad Chad," and I said, "No, he's not, Tim." And Tim said, "Yeah, he is, Mad Chad." And he picked me up with one hand, and I said, "No, Fury's all right, Tim," and he let me down. But now that I'm online, I don't think Fury's all right, Tim. He's a duck.
No, he's
all right, man. Let's start the 9th round, and then we can start talking about. That's all right. We don't take sorry over here. Time for the 9th round. I've got the fight myself scored. 4 rounds for Leonard, 3 rounds for Hagler, 1 round even. Here we go, 9th round. Ding ding.
I got a one-sided for Hagler at this point.
Not a problem. You're an official judge over here.
Sugar is stepping around, throwing punches. See how he just stepping around, bang, 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 getting points. And I think that the judges is giving him, they're giving him a little bit more for doing what he's doing, even though Marvin is coming at him like that. See how he's just going 1-2, bang, bang, catching him with little points, not hard punches, but he's showing his skills. And Marvin just keep coming. He's the aggressor, but Sugar is fighting. And you see he hitting and he getting points. Marvin is getting points too, but that's what the way it appears to me. And I'm friends with both of those guys. Marvin starting to dig.
Yeah, Marvin is definitely starting to take charge in these later rounds. I think
Sugar's laying on those ropes. He's laying on those ropes.
Yeah, he does not. That's not where he wants to be at all. But it's amazing. Leonard comes out of a clinch with a nice 3-punch combination. You don't see him just pushing away. He comes out and scores points. But there we go. Hagler's starting to score some points now.
Yeah, he's starting to come. Sugar Ray going to come back.
Hagler got to keep those hands moving.
Hagler's putting it on him
digging now.
Yeah, Hagler. You got that right.
Here goes one. Boom, boom.
This is what blew my mind about Leonard right here. Those freaking quick combinations. There, look at that.
Yeah, he's coming back.
Not discouraging Hagler at all, though. Hagler's landing that. I think Hagler's boxing southpaw now too.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Leonard's got to be exhausted from those flurries, and he's still firing off shots.
Now Hagler's got him where he wants him. Leonard does not want to stay there.
And if you could hear the crowd, I mean, they were going crazy. They're standing up.
They're going nuts. I watched this fight in my house on the black box. Didn't pay a nickel for it. I had about 10 people over here. We were smoking weed. We were doing wines. We were drinking. It was an incredibly place, man. We could have all done 20 years if the house got raided. The black box was the least of our worries. We had girls
Allegedly.
over here.
Allegedly.
Nah, it was over 7
With
years
Whitey
ago.
Bulger. Whitey
It was
Bulger.
over 7 years ago. I'll put my hand on a Bible and swear to it, bro. It's beyond the statute of limitations.
Yeah, them guys.
That was a Hagler round.
That was definitely a Hagler round.
Boy, Sugar Ray, they both trained for this.
Like I said, every time I score this fight,
Give him the
Every
other
time
bottle. I just saw Panama Lewis in the back. What the fuck's Panama doing there? Did anybody bring that up? And what the fuck was if you look deep into this, not only was Angelo Dundee in the corner, Panama Lewis was supplying the nutrients. How did Leonard come out for the 10th round after that fucking onslaught? I mean, now Hagler's like, look at Hagler. He's like, it's
look
ready
at him.
to
You
go.
can see he's like, this is it.
Motherfucker.
Hagler KO
Now
10. That's what he's thinking.
Hearns. This motherfucking thinking he's Hearns. Let's go, motherfucker. No.
Ooh.
Fuck.
Yeah, two different fighters, Hearns and Sugar Ray.
Yep. Two different fighters. Look at Leonard. Look at that movement. Look at that fucking movement. Hagler's like, fucking A, fuck.
How is he moving after that last round? Because Sugar
still,
had the flurries,
bro.
but Hagler put it on him for 3 minutes.
He did. Sugar fucker, what a heart. The heart of champions right here. Mount Rushmore are fucking pugilists. Mount Rushmores.
Yeah,
These two middleweights destroy every middleweight today. Any fucking day. They could. I don't care about time differential. These two would be undisputed at 160 today.
Speed helped Sugar Ray in this fight.
Hot
yeah.
speed. The whole toolbox.
Did you see Canelo Alvarez in the ring with either one of these guys?
The whole toolbox.
Yeah, I could see him in the ring with them and he'd lose, but I could see him in the ring with them and lose to both. 12
to nothing easily. Probably get stopped by Hagler. Get tattoos for 12 rounds.
He said Canelo in the ring with these guys.
Okay, Canelo tough, but I would say he would lose to both of them. I'm just saying, I would say he would lose to both of them, but Canelo is tough.
There's no doubt about that. He's definitely tough. He's a good fighter.
But he ain't no Mount Rushmore.
No. These are great fighters.
Yeah, this is a whole fucking Mount Rushmore. I mean, not only Hall of Fame guys. These are four kings. Like, these are the two kings of the four kings.
Uh-oh, Marvin's starting to put the pressure on.
And Leonard looks like he's starting to wilt a little bit, too.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Sugar Ray coming back.
Yeah, Marvin wasn't fresh as a daisy either at this point.
Right. But Sugar never give up. What a fucking warrior.
Now, guys, you can clearly see that Sugar Ray's skills are better than Marvin Hagler. I mean, you can see the way Marvin Hagler movement, Sugar Ray just like really sharp boxer. Marvin, his path or the way that he delivers punches are not really sharp like Sugar Ray, but he's effective. You know what I mean? It's like the way he boxed Sugar Ray, like the perfect, like bang, 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 bang. Marvin just keep coming, bang, bang,
consistent,
bang. Yeah, consistent. But Sugar Ray looked more educated, if you know what I'm saying. More smart.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, more
looks
smarter.
Like he's got more snap. He's got more snap on his punches. He's got more angles. Hagler's just coming forward like a tank.
Coming forward, yeah. I mean, the Hagler gonna win the fight, but Sugar Ray looked pretty doing it. That's it.
And Tim, like you yourself, you didn't have much of an amateur career, but like Sugar Ray Leonard, like 1973, Golden Gloves, AAU amateur, what 74 win it all. 75 win it all, 76 win Olympic gold. This dude was just a beautiful boxer, like right out of the gate. He had Howard Cosell behind him, you know what I mean? He was like I had the Sugar Ray Leonard punching bag because he was that good. He was like the hype, like he ain't a Ryan Garcia. Like this is a level fighter that had such a pedigree he's fighting the Mayweather dude when Bruce was at the fight. Like Sugar Ray Leonard, like if you want a definition of a boxer, like if I wanted my son to be a boxer and have the skill of a boxer, Sugar Ray Leonard had every tool in the box. Even in that Hearns fight when he came back, when he broke his retina out, I mean, just the heart and will of this fighter is skill. And like I say, his pedigree, not only in the pros, but as amateur, as a kid, this dude was winning. Like when he stepped in the ring, you had your hands full with Sugar Ray Leonard. And, shout out to Sugar Ray. Yes, I love Hagler, but I can't disrespect Sugar Ray Leonard in any fashion,
said.
just
well said.
He's still living boxing. He's still loving. He's still in great shape. And Tim's his friend. Tim, you ought to try to get him on the show because he loves talking boxing. He's in great shape. Sugar Ray Leonard, because you know who.
When I see him, I mean, I had a long time.
He's on social media though. He's on Instagram and stuff. You ought to send him a message, because you could have him on your show or something. I bet because he's in great shape today. He's 66, I think. And like he's probably watching right now. Shout out to Sugar Ray. You ought to reach out to him, Tim. Though. Tim, have your man.
And shout out to Charles D out there, and shout out to LaRon. Thank you guys for coming in here, man. We're winding down Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvelous Marvin Hagler. I got Mad Chad doing the fucking commentary over here. I got Tim Witherspoon. I got George Jakovic. Mad Chad is probably the most passionate person I've ever met about this fight. Take it over, Mad Chad. What's going on here, brother?
You know what we got going on right now? We're in the championship rounds, 11th round. We got two of the greatest ever battling it toe-to-toe. Look at them. Hagler's trying to dominate this fight, but Sugar Ray's saying, no. There he goes. Sugar Ray Leonard, he's showboating. He's like Magic Johnson with a basketball. He's on the fast break right now. Look at him clinching the arm behind the head. He knew every trick in the tactic. Hagler, just the old war horse right now. Secretariat hitting the home stretch. But Sugar Ray Leonard not giving in, throwing the hands.
Hands by his side. Hands by his side. Leonard is a clinical tactician right here, bro.
A showman.
Definitely a showman.
He's the showman, and Hagler.
He sold himself to two of those judges.
Oh. Hagler's like, let's go. And Leonard's like, I'm right here. Let's fight.
Starting to feel it. He's starting to feel it. It's the 11th round.
Yeah, he's going on pure adrenaline right now. He's having an out of body moment, but because it's in his DNA. Hagler with a big left that's just like, here he is, still here firing back, and Leonard is going nowheres. 10 round, and there he goes. That guy's already screaming, George.
Hagler's going to work right now. Hagler's at the job site. He's shoveling concrete.
You feel they can steal it.
That was a real close round.
That was a great round.
That was probably
Leonard
the closest
round.
I'm going to give that round to Leonard on those flashy combinations, but that was a close round. I would almost call that round even, but I've already given one.
Wow, I'm appreciating these fighters more and more. Honestly, wow. Tim, to go 12 rounds, like they're going into the 12th round, when you're facing an elite champion like you faced many times, how hard do you have to dig, Tim? Like as a human being, when you're when you're entering these rounds, what were you going through when you were entering those championship rounds? I mean, I would like to hear from you because you are the 2-time heavyweight champ.
You just got to pull things out the hat like the rabbit,
Mm.
Or I'm just saying you gotta finish up strong. These rounds, you gotta, everything that you train, everything that you practice, you just gotta benefit from it. By just don't quit. Keep moving. You're gonna win this round. You champ of the world. You fighting another champ, and it just motivates you. You don't feel that all that last stuff. You just keep punching and keep swinging, and that's what's happening here. And it's a survival thing too. It's kind of like a little survival thing too.
And I think Hagler's winning the first part of this round. He's definitely
Yep.
outscoring Leonard in punches.
Oh,
Leonard trying to come back with
That
those fluids.
adrenaline sets in. That adrenaline.
Leonard's got his mouth open too. He's breathing through his mouth. He's definitely tired.
Ooh, you got caught with a good left.
This
A
is where he
jawbreaker.
flurries. I know he does. There's Tommy in the back.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
see it? That's
There's
Tommy.
And this is
I
where he
guess you
flurries.
ready.
This is where people
Oh,
just get up.
Okay, there we go.
Everybody got up.
Wow.
wow, on the ropes too. Wow, and now he's like, I'm out of here. Hit and run.
And now he's on his bicycle. Like Angelo
Hit and run.
Dundee said to
And
Hagler
Hagler's
at the
like,
beginning of the
fuck
first round.
this
None.
shit. Hagler's like, fucking A, bro.
I want my $20 million. I'm going to Italy.
Yeah, I'm out of here. I'm retired. I'm moving to Italy. Get the fuck out of here. I'm going to make pretend I'm a fucking Italian fucking Rambo. Get the fuck out of here.
Look at the crowd in the back. Look at all those people in Caesar's Palace.
Yeah, no.
That wasn't sold out, was it, George?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was sold out.
I thought they had to move everybody down to make it look like it was sold out.
That was the upper deck that we just saw in that shot.
That was Photoshop.
Chad's being a funny man over here.
I know.
Short bus gang. I'm bringing the fucking retard to the panel just to, because I'm saying this fight was huge. Like I say, the golfers, the sailors, everybody was talking about it. You know what I mean? The people washing dishes, the lawyers, all sorts of. Oh, Hagler, get him. Hagler might knock him out. I have a feel. Imagine if he knocked him out. Like, oh my God, like if it just changed time, like, wow.
You ever watch fights and you think something different's going to happen? Like, you're like,
I know,
you know
awful,
Marvin
George.
Hagler, he might knock him out in this one. But
I
it's the
watched
same
that
fight.
Lakers Celtics game. Magic Johnson hit that little sky hook. It kills me every time. Get him, Hagler.
Hagler catches him.
Hagler is winning. Hagler looks like he's going to knock him out. Look at
knock
this.
him out, right? You got him hurt. Get him, Hagler. You got fucking Leonard's just toast. Oh, it's over.
Well,
Go to the hospital, Sugar Ray. You just got beat the fuck up.
That hard to make a decision in a way.
Right.
Going back and forth.
We all know the decision, though. It's stupid. Shut up to Filippo.
Did they fight twice? Did they fight twice?
Look at this.
One time.
This isn't Hagler acting like this.
Yeah. Well, I have this fight 6 rounds for Leonard.
Shut it off. We shut it off now. We all know. All right, let's just shut it off now. We don't need to watch no more, do we?
I say turn the sound up.
We'll do that for the decision.
For the winner, Chuck Hall, my man, Chuck Hall. For the winner, and the new.
Just fucking put that knife in deeper, Bruce.
Hagler out. Yeah, he threw more punches. Leonard outlanded him though.
Wow, Leonard hit 50% of his shots.
Harold Letterman, George, you're all buddy.
Rest in peace.
I just love a finesse. I had a 7.5 in favor of Sugar Ray Leonard. I thought that the key to the fight was the right hand lead. Ray Leonard bounced right
Howard
hand.
Cosell wanted to.
Marvin Hagler's head.
There's only one Howard, Harry, fucking Letterman, whatever the fuck you want to talk.
Well, we also have the different boxing aficionados that scored this fight.
Yeah, all kinds of them. Split decision. Filippo!
Chuck Hall is awesome.
Yeah! Yeah!
Ray Leonard.
Not a
Listen to fucking JoJo.
118 Leonard. 110 Hagler.
Whoa. JoJo, go back to Puerto Rico with those scores.
115, 113.
I'm ready.
I have a decision.
and new heavyweight champion,
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh, fuck.
That was his.
Wow,
When he was disgusted
Hagler's
with
all
boxing.
busted up. Hagler got all busted up there. Look at Hagler's all fucked up, ain't he?
down to the ring with Larry Burgess with the new middleweight champion. And an old friend. Larry?
Ray, when the first two verdicts were announced, it was a split decision. You seem to
Two
feel
great
you guys won
boxers.
easily. Were you shocked? No, I wasn't. I stole the earlier round. I figured that was Marvin's intention.
He stole the earlier rounds.
The mistake he made, I think the touch notes made, he
Two good
saved right hand
boxers.
more than anything. And I was just playing good right
See that
hand.
fight a
I
long
stunned him a
time
couple
ago.
times. I got that respect.
It was
He came on
interesting.
strong and was very intelligent because my gas was getting
And you notice, guys, this fight was only for the WBC title. The
Wow.
WBA stripped Hagler, and the IBF didn't recognize the fight. They said if Hagler won, he was going to be stripped. So all Ray Leonard won was the WBC title, which he never defended. So this fight through the middleweight division blew it wide open once again.
36 years ago. What a fight. What an event, man.
It was nice being on the show. I had a long day today. Shut up, girl. Tell my daughter. Yeah, she was.
You got hecklers in the house, huh? You got someone heckling you.
My daughter,
He's
yeah.
got his
daughters will
grandkids
do that.
over there. He's got his
Yeah.
children, his
No, I cooked
grandchildren.
them-
Tim's got a full house.
No, I cooked pizza, but I cooked fried rice with vegetables and chicken to them to take down to my granddaughter. So I went training. I was on the phones and everything. And I made dinner for four of my grandkids. And right before Bruce called me, I was like ready to go to sleep, and I ain't even, so I said, yeah, let me get on. And then I couldn't get on the computer. So
Tim's a junkie. Tim
worked
just
out
loves
pretty
his boxing.
I'm getting
Tim
ready to
loves
go
his
get me some.
family and his boxing.
I'm getting ready to
Hey,
get me some pasta with vegetables. I don't eat
You're
meat.
a vegetarian again, bro.
Well, I'm back. I'm back, and it's pretty cool.
Well,
But I
thank
did
you
it
for
for
being
5,
here.
6 years. I did it for 5, 6 years, and then I laid off. But like I tell everybody, I haven't eaten beef or pork for 55 years, 6 years, maybe 55 years. I haven't eaten pork for 65, 55. I would say I was 50. I would say 52, 50, around 50 years. It's been that long. And beef, just as long. Chicken and fish, I was on and off. Then for 5 years, I didn't eat none of that. And now, Shania mom in England is going vegan. So I'm just going to try. I'm going to try it again. But I was going to do it eventually anyway. But hey, I'm a vegan, Tim. I said, you know what? I'm going to do it too. But I was drinking milk. I got to find out
Wow.
You know what I had tonight?
the beef. Yeah.
Today is my 22nd wedding anniversary. So shout out to my old lady.
Oh, happy anniversary.
Yeah, happy
She-
anniversary. What a day. What a day.
She made me a filet mignon, a Caesar salad, steak fries on the side, and a big piece of carrot cake. Was the best tasting carrot cake I ever had in my life.
There you go.
George,
And-
where are you at?
I'm
Where am
from
I at?
Jersey. I'm
No,
in
I'm talking
Connecticut.
about George.
I'm in
George?
Connecticut, but I'm from Jersey.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No, George was going to go with us to the Legends event. Me and Chad, we practically drove right by George's house when we went down to see you.
They
Whoa,
passed me.
that's messed up, George. That's
Tim, I
messed
was on
up.
the street. I saw them drive right past me. They wouldn't stop.
Whoa, that is a low blow. I'm gonna show you how to throw the overhand right.
Hey, now Chad was the wheelman. I had no control over the situation.
I'm gonna show you how to throw the overhand right, George.
Okay, please do.
That was low down. I can't believe those two guys. No, I don't believe that. I don't
The,
believe
No,
that.
the
you're
next
right.
event,
They
the next
wouldn't.
event, next
What a
event we
fight,
go
no,
to.
that's fine.
Next event,
That's a
George is
fault.
going to come with us.
Well, I'm up in Long Island. We up in Long Island with Blood Green on the 15th. Autograph signing.
Rich blood green.
Yeah, we up there on the 15th of this month. Up there, we signing up there.
Oh,
Milton, Milton LeBron, the autograph guy.
yeah.
He's really cool. Be looking out for the boxers.
So that's April
There's something
15th?
else too, huh?
April 15th?
Scully
April
gonna be there,
15th
John
up in
Scully.
Long Island.
Well, Mad Chad, April 15th. That's a good date for you. That's a memorable date. Hagler knocked out Hearns April 15th. So
I'm gonna find
that's a
out.
good date,
I
Tim.
You
I might be on the road. I might be on the road soon. I might be going traveling. I might be traveling because I'm a
Chasing
little
girls.
bit homeless right now, Tim. I'm homeless.
You're chasing girls.
I'm like Sugar Ray Seals. Like if Sugar Ray needs a roommate, like I'll go hang out with Sugar Ray Seals. You know what I mean? Like he's getting GoFundMe. Bruce, you ought to drop that GoFundMe in your chat. The public chat for Sugar Ray, because this dude's a legend. His wife passed away.
I'm going to do better than that. I'm going to pull something up in a sec here. We're gonna show you.
Shout out to Sugar Ray Seals.
I gotta get ready to cook Shania some stuff.
All right, champ.
You gotta take care of Shania.
Tim, God bless you, my brother. Thank you for coming on here, man.
God
Okay,
bless
we'll do it
Tim
again.
Witherspoon, Shania. Yeah, Shania. God bless
All right, George.
America.
Thank
She
you,
does the
George.
Star Spangled
Thank you.
Banner.
All right, man, Chad. All right, Bruce. Thank you.
Love you,
Thank
Tim.
you.
Love you, Tim
Hey,
Witherspoon.
Tim, I'll talk to you in a couple of days, man.
Champ with the punches, champ with the crab, champ with the uppercut. Champ still got it.
Definitely still got it.
What about the jab?
Hey, shout out Blood Boxing out there. Blood came in the room. I want to shout him out, man. My friend Blood
right,
Boxing.
See
Hey,
you guys
Blood.
later.
Hey, Tim.
See you, Tim.
Blood's responsible for this, too. Shout out to Blood.
What you say?
You
gonna
got
get one
yours,
for Blood?
bro.
You got one for Blood?
Blood Boxing.
You got one for Blood?
No, Blood made him. Oh, you mean Blood Green? For Blood Green's a tough son of a bitch. I'll talk to Fistiana, see if we can make one for him, man.
Love y'all guys. Talk to you later.
All right, brother.
Love you,
Thank
brother. Peace.
All right.
All right,
See you later.
I'm gonna pull this up, man, because this is the situation that Sugar Ray Seals is in. Sugar Ray Seals was a gold medalist. I spoke to him. Was a gold medalist for the United States, 1972. He was the only gold medal winner on the boxing team, and I had the pleasure to meet Sugar Ray Seals when I was down there. When I went down to see Tim and Blood Green and Riddick Bowe and Iran Barkley and freaking Marlon Starling, all these brothers. I met them all. John Scully.
Ricky down, Iceman Scully.
Tell him, bro. Tell him. All the legends. And one of them that I met, Sugar Ray Seals, and I just found this out yesterday, man. And we're gonna show this. This is the situation that Sugar Ray Seals is in. He moved back to his hometown, Tacoma, Washington, and this is what happened to him. So check this out, people.
Mr. Seals today, the only Team USA boxer to win a gold during the 1977 Olympics. He told me that he was surprised to move here from Indianapolis and see rents be so high, but he's hoping that with a little help, he can give back even more to the city he calls home. Sugar Ray Seals still carries a piece of history in his pocket.
I call it my American Express. Yeah, never leave home without it.
A gold medal for the 1972 Olympics.
Yeah, I done something that I was that the Lord blessed me with. And not only that, my mother was there. And then from the Virgin Islands, they sent my dad. So now it was a family heirloom together.
Seals says he was proud to bring this victory back to Tacoma. And after retiring in 1984, he came back to the city to teach children with autism in Lincoln High for 17 years.
Now, this is headquarters.
But today he lives in a men's shelter for Shallow Baptist Church because he can't find an affordable place to live.
The other day we went to an apartment, and the apartment was $800 a month. But then when we got to the apartment, it went up to $1,100, $1,400.
So Mark Nelson, Spinnaker Property Management, says Seals' story is all too common.
We're in a military environment, so we have military renters. And that is, I think, their number one comment to us is like, what happened?
Which is why Nelson says it's vital for Tacoma to make housing more affordable.
Let's go to the private market and let's give them some benefits to keep the rents down. So that they don't bring them to market. And how do we do that financially so they can pay their bills?
It's what you come for.
In the meantime, Seals says this is mentor other men in the shelter and encourage them to remember that this isn't where their story has to end.
But it's another start for my next move. Man, it's only right there. But ain't none of that. You know why you're here. I'm here for those guys up there.
Now, Seals also told me that although he's hung up his gloves, that doesn't mean he's retiring from the sport of boxing. He wants to open up his own boxing gym. Today, he told me he found the perfect building to get started. From Tacoma, Lionel Donovan, King 5 News.
You know, and nothing gets him down. That's just the way he was when we saw him, upbeat. I mean, beautiful head on his shoulders. He's sober. He's articulate.
Bruce, he stole the show at the live event. I hear a little echo. At the live event when we were watching the amateurs fight down there in Philly, Sugar Ray stole the show. We hung out with Sugar Ray during, like Sugar Ray stood up the whole fight. Everybody sat down during the fights. He let every fighter know that entered the ring and exited the ring. Good job. He fist pumped the gloves. He wore that gold medal right across his chest. And Bruce, like I say, I'm going through a little issue myself. And if we have any connection, like, if we could take the burden off, get a fucking 2-bedroom. I mean, I could pay half. He pays half. We could do live boxing streams every night. And I've been
trying to call him up for the last several weeks.
I'll drive. I'll leave tomorrow. We'll go sign a lease.
Well, bro, he doesn't have his phone. I've been calling him up, and it's strange because he usually calls back. He screens his calls and he calls right back. And I found out the shelter that he's staying at, the church. They're on Facebook. I went in there and I followed him, and I asked the question if Sugar Ray Seals was there, and they told me yes he is. And I said I'm trying to call him. Does he have his phone? This morning they said that he doesn't have his phone, so that's why it's going straight to voicemail. And yeah, I mean, he's got a GoFundMe page. Stop on there, and if you can afford to, drop a couple of bucks to the guy. I feel better about it than I did, and I feel better about it. And if you can't do that, at least share it, man. You can go to my page, my community page. I've got the link to the GoFundMe. I've got the story out there, and we're not going to save the world, but if we can help one guy at a time, right. I met this guy, and spending 24 hours with the cat, man. I just found a kindred spirit, and it just broke my heart when I heard that. I said, are you sure? And somebody and the dude from Twitter sent me back the link, and I mean, it's 70 years old. His wife died. They moved to Indiana to move back with his wife's family. His wife died. He moved back to Tacoma. Now he's got his suitcase, and that's it, man. It
happens a lot more than it happens a lot more than it should. We just celebrated a fight with two guys who were millionaires, but that's not the norm in boxing. There's more Sugar Ray Seals stories than there are Sugar Ray Leonard stories, and it's sad, but it's reality. And I hope he gets some help.
I do too, man, and I think he will, because that GoFundMe. When I went in there yesterday, it had about $3,000. I looked at it today; it was up to $7,000. So I think a lot of people have a little soft spot, and just all he needs is a roof over his head. Because if you don't have that, it's hard to get anywhere. It's hard to go apply for things. It's hard to plug your laptop into the wall. You got to have that basic shelter. It's almost like a God-given right. It's a shame what's happening in our country, but man, it is what it is, and we can just do our little part to help them. But man, getting back to this fight, there was such a discrepancy. Let me go through some of the different scorecards here. The New York Times, Dave Anderson, he had it a draw, 114-114. The Miami News had it 116-112 for Hagler. Bob Arum had it 7-5 for Hagler. The Baltimore Sun, 7-5 for Leonard. Dave Bontempo, ESPN, had it a draw, 14-14. Ron Borges for the Boston Globe. You say, oh, he's going to have it for Hagler. He had it 15-13 for Hagler. He had it for Hagler. Yeah, he had it for Hagler. Chicago Times had it for Hagler, 15-14, 115-114. Gil Clancy had it for Leonard, 115-113. The Ring Magazine, Nigel Collins, 115, 113 for Leonard. Howard Cosell had it for Leonard, 115, 117, 112. We could figure that out anyway. But seriously, there was such a discrepancy. Even to this day, we're never going to come to an agreement on who won the fight. I just scored it again. Rays are close. If I didn't score that that fifth round even, it would have been a draw. So I mean,
still today, it's one of those fights that boxing fans, they're always they have their side, and they're going to be passionate about it, and they're going to argue about it and yell about it. But it was a special night. It was 36 years ago tonight, and it's still talked about 36 years later, and passionately. It's talked about passionately 36 years later. Passionately.
I was living with a woman from England, and she was a Marvin Hagler fan. I was a Marvin Hagler fan. Oh, New England was a Marvin Hagler fan. It was a shocker. We could not believe that Hagler. I think this was he's defended that title 12 times. This was his 13th defense. It was almost like one word: Marvin Hagler, middleweight champion. After Carlos Monzon, and then we had a few fighters in there that traded it back and forth. But then when Hagler had it, he like my brother Blood Boxing always says, you have to be undisputed and you have to dominate the division, which is something Canelo Alvarez is not doing.
No, Bruce, and go back to the fight we just watched. You can talk about, you said, why didn't he come out and just, the Hagler Hearns type? Hagler came out so nonchalant, it seemed to me. Like he didn't apply. Yes, it was pressure, but it wasn't urgent pressure. Like I just felt their game plan, because you could see by the calmness of the Petronellis, there was two game plans for sure. You could see their game plan was kind of Benavidez' plan at a lower level, let's say. All right, yes, plan outbox you those first, 3-4 rounds. Yes, he kind of made you look slow, and because Benavidez didn't seem to apply the pressure that I thought he would. It's just that Plant wilted. Plant just wilted. Sugar Ray never wilted. And I think that was their game plan. And you could see he turned it up. I think George mentioned the 9th round. That was the most punches thrown. There was more punches thrown in that round than any of the Hearns-Hagler fight. Yeah. There was times where Sugar wasn't running. His back was against the ropes. Bruce, you were talking about it live. You said that's where Sugar Ray doesn't want to be. And yet Sugar Ray could find his way out of it and went over the crowd and the judges doing it. Yes, because everybody thought that ain't where he's supposed to be. He's going to get decapitated. And Leonard turned the shit show into a success. Like he would win those little. It was a brilliant fight by Leonard. It was absolutely brilliant game plan. I almost want to say yes, it wasn't the peak Sugar Ray Leonard, but I must say even it wasn't a peak Hagler. In my eyes, that is Sugar Ray Leonard's best performance. I think he had to dig deeper than anywhere else in a fight. And he's been in wars, 15 rounders. I believe that was Sugar Ray's best performance.
And that was the last time he really looked like Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah,
he fought on. He never ever looked like.
How many fights did he have after that, George? He was 30 in that fight. 4 or 5.
He fought Donnie. He went and fought Donnie Lalonde. He won the light heavyweight and the super middleweight. He had that rematch with Thomas Hearns. That was a draw, split decision
Roberto.
draw. I think he lost that fight.
He lost that one.
The obligatory fight, the obligatory third fight with Duran. And then he got beat up by Terry Norris, and then 5 years later, 6 years later, Camacho.
Oh, that sickens me.
Sad. Salute, brother. Yeah, I can remember that
like
fight.
This was the last time you really saw Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah.
This fight against Marvelous Marvin.
It was a great fight, and man, I can't believe you've been here for 2 hours. Thank you so much, George, for coming in. Mad Chad, my brother. Thank you so much for coming by, man. And Tim Witherspoon, bro, if you're still listening, he's a fucking trooper, bro. I was on his show last night. I just made a phone call. He said, yeah. First of all, he said, I'm having a bad day, man. And then he goes, I can come on for 10 minutes. I said, that's okay, Tim, man. I understand. And he goes, no. What fight are we doing? Hagler and Hearns? Oh, yeah. I mean, Hagler and Leonard? Oh, yeah. I'll come on. And I mean, dude, it's almost as great as having George Jakovic on here, bro.
Hey, listen, you terrible Tim. That's what I'm saying, Bruce. You get terrible Tim Witherspoon on your show. So you're doing serious things when you get a former heavyweight champion on a show. A lot of people don't get fighters like that.
It's great to make friends with people that are of the same mind. I can go and talk to Tim and you and Mad Chat. I can talk for hours. I've been on for 2. I'm trying to close it down. But bro, man, I get a few of those green dragons in me, bro, and I can just go on and talk about this forever, man. George, my brother, thank you so much for treating us with your presence here tonight, man.
Hey, the treat was mine. So I appreciate you reaching out to me, and this is why I love doing this, and I have to do it more.
Absolutely, bro. I got your number. I'm gonna haunt you, bro.
Oh, it's not even haunting. I love it when I get texts from you. Are you kidding me?
Well, you're still on my speed dial, brother. God bless you, and I'll catch you next time around.
All right, brother. Sounds good.
Peace. Yeah, baby, man. It was awesome to be on here tonight, man. We relived it. I thought about it after I posted on my community page, and I said, yeah, we're going to do it. Mad Chad was the first guy to answer at 6 o'clock this morning, and I said, yeah, baby, we're going to do this fight. We did it. Thank you so much for stopping by, man. Maybe we got it out of our system for another year. Who knows? I doubt it, man. We're going to still be talking about this fight for a long time. We got some great ones coming up in the future. Somebody just mentioned April 15th, Marvin Hagler and Thomas Hearns, man. That was the war, one of the greatest, most violent fights we've ever seen. Blood boxing, man. Thank you so much for coming by. I wish we had you on our panel. Q the God. You got a package coming in the mail, bro. You're gonna have to give me a buzz, because I gotta have to tell you how to put that together. There's a puzzle in there. No directions came with it, so I'm gonna have to give you directions, man. And you got some classic boxing magazines in there too to make sure that the pieces don't get jabbled. So anyways, cats, thank you so much for being here, man. This is Bruce Gass, Boxing, Jazz, and More. I'm out of here. One love and peace.